Hello and welcome to the Year 6 information video with regard to SATS. In this we'll talk about exactly what SATS are, what children can expect and how the week will look in May. SATS is a term used to refer to the end of Key Stage 2 assessments. The exams take place in a week. In fact, they only last for 4 days, beginning on Monday the 11th of May and ending on Thursday the 14th of May. Children will sit the following papers. Firstly, there's a grammar, punctuation and spelling paper. And then on the same day we have a second grammar, punctuation and spelling paper. On Tuesday there's a reading paper. On Wednesday we have the arithmetic maths paper and a reasoning paper. And then on Thursday there's a third maths paper. Writing is assessed using evidence collected by a child's teacher throughout Year 6. So there is no Year 6 SATS writing test. There'll be no science sampling for Year 6 this year either. And there will be no Year 6 Science SATS paper in the summer of 2021. Tests will take place during normal school hours under strict exam conditions. Children are not allowed to talk to each other from the moment the assessments are handed out until they're collected after the test has ended. Once completed, the tests are sent away to be marked externally. The children's results are sent back to school at some point in July. Once we have the results, we will then let your children know how they've got on. The timings for the test depend on the test that the children are sitting, but the longest one is 60 minutes. For the grammar, punctuation and spelling paper 1 it's 45 minutes, and for the grammar, punctuation and spelling paper 2 it's around 15 minutes. The reading paper is the longest test and this lasts 60 minutes. Maths paper 1 is 30 minutes and paper 2 and paper 3 are 40 minutes. For pupils with additional needs, who have similar provision in their day-to-day learning at school, they may be allowed specific arrangements, including additional time for the tests, tests being opened early or modified, an adult to read for them, obviously this isn't available in the reading test, an adult to scribe for them, written or spoken translations of the maths reasoning papers, the use of prompts or rest breaks, and arrangements for children who are ill or injured at the time of the tests. SATS are an important part of your child's schooling, and to support them best, a positive attitude goes a long way. Any questions or concerns you might have about SATS, please come to school and ask us rather than worrying your child with them. Give your child opportunities to go outside and avoid overuse of screens. This can apply to leisure pursuits as well as how they study. Don't rely solely on the computer when children are revising. Make sure they use pencil and paper as well. Try to provide a quiet corner of the house for homework and study that's as free from distractions as possible. The quieter the area, the more likely the child is to be able to concentrate. If your child does have some persisting anxieties around SATS, encourage them to talk to a teacher or a trusted adult. Remember, a small amount of anxiety is normal and this is not harmful. If your child is unwilling to talk to their teacher, then you should talk to a teacher yourself. Plan something nice and fun for the weekends before and after SATS. This will help your child start the week well and also give them something to look forward to. Ensure your child is eating and drinking well and getting a suitable amount of sleep, particularly in the build-up to SATS week, but also in general. A good balanced diet and plenty of good sleep makes a huge difference to your child's ability to concentrate. For further support, consider creating a revision timetable that works for you and your child. For some children and families, a couple of 10 to 20 minute activities a day works best. For others, a longer study session on a Saturday or Sunday might be better. Try not to use past papers. There are plenty of inexpensive or free SATS practice materials for parents available on matr.org, authored by the same people who write the real SATS. Please try to avoid the actual past SATS papers as they may be used in school. Keep it light. Sitting round a table and practicing question after question is a boring way to practice and may also put your child off those moments. Try to work in real world scenarios. Think about questions like, if there are 1,300 grams of flour in this pack, what's that in kilograms? There's an awful lot of hidden maths in the world where you can dig it out without having to sit through a textbook. If you feel you want to hire a tutor to help your child prepare for SATS, look for a service that personalises teaching to their needs. Please be aware that many of these are expensive, so research carefully. matr.org uses a maths level test to identify your child's specific weaknesses and then designs a lesson plan that helps them plug those gaps. Other services may not be so bespoke. SATS can induce a certain degree of worry or anxiety, but there is of course a tipping point. SATS should not affect your child's appetite, should not affect your child's ability to sleep, should not change your child's personality. If you find that it is inducing panic, tears or disengagement from lessons and is becoming a reason not to attend school, then the anxiety has got far too high and we need to support your child. If you do have any of those signs, it's important that you offer additional support to your child. This is not about removing the reality of SATS, but rather equipping your 10 or 11-year-old child to cope with the situation and be stronger for it. The first step to take at this is to talk to school. Is your child showing the same symptoms at school as they are at home? Is there anything else going on at home which may be contributing to your child's overall level of stress? Work with us here at Bramble so that everybody concerned can be offering the support that's needed. We will support you and we'll do everything we can to support your young people. If your child is really struggling, try to understand exactly what it is that concerns them. Is it a worry of failing? Is it a worry of getting stuck? If your child can pinpoint what's bothering them most, then we can take steps along with you to help reassure them. If you have your own concerns or views about SATS, please do not put them on your children. If you don't believe in SATS or you do not think your child should be doing them, then this will impact on their opinion and they may feel the same way. If there is negative media coverage, do not hide, but try to address that media coverage with your child and talk about what they need to be doing in school. Encourage your child to talk to their teacher. SATS are obviously linked to school, so don't be surprised if they favour the reassurance of teachers above family members. It's important that your child has a trusted adult who they feel comfortable talking to. We know that some people like to use books to help their children at home. Some possible examples are the CGP books, and also Collins have a large selection of revision books. There are lots of options on Amazon if you'd like to look at those. Be sure to read the reviews and see which one will work best for your own child. As mentioned previously, try to avoid using past papers, as these may be used in school to help assess and teach exam techniques to pupils, and if they have seen them already, this will be much less impactful. Now we look ahead towards transition. As we move to the end of Year 6, pupils are beginning the next stage of their educational journey into secondary school. Throughout the year, we will be preparing the pupils for life at secondary school. We do this in a number of ways. At the moment, we have specialist secondary teachers delivering lessons throughout the year. DT and art, history and geography and French are all being taught by specialists from our trust school, the Brunts Academy. We are setting regular homework with expectations around deadlines and completion at home. Nearer the time, we'll be studying maps of the secondary schools that pupils will be going to, and then we will conduct visits to secondary schools as well. If need be, there will be online tutor sessions, but hopefully by then we'll be able to meet with tutors in person and get to know the rest of their tutor group. And finally, thank you for your time. I hope this has given you some useful information. If you do have any questions or queries at any time between now and the end of the school year, please get in touch with school and we'll do our best to help you. Thanks again.